Athletes are some of the highest paid people on the planet. They literally sign million-dollar contracts. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a child of a pro athlete? Stay tuned to find out which athletic family spent over $60,000 on an underwear room. If this is your first time visiting our channel, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more great content. Leave us a comment down below for your shot at a $50 Amazon gift card. Today, we're taking you inside the lives of the rich kids of athletes. You may think actors and actresses make a ton of money, but there is one category of people that even out-earn them: athletes. Professional athletes make crazy money. We are talking million-dollar contracts in their first year going pro. Even the athletes whose names aren't written in lights and pictures aren't on the front of cereal boxes make a lot of money. For baseball players, the minimum salary is $507,500 per year, plus annual increases. Basketball rookies make over $580,000 for their first year, and then that number goes up to $900,000 for the next year. Football players start out at $465,000, and their salaries must increase at least $15,000 per year after that. Hockey starts out at $650K. And those salaries don't even include the numerous endorsements that most athletes get. So it doesn't matter what sport an athlete plays, or even how much playing time he or she sees, they all have insane amounts of money. And you know what that means? Their kids are living crazy lives as a result of this wealth. Let's get into what those lives actually look like. We'll start with the Beckham kids. Talk about born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Not only is their mother famed fashion icon and former Spice Girl Victoria Beckham, but their father is a world-renowned soccer star, David Beckham. For most of the end of his career, he was the highest paid player in soccer, and in his retirement, he has made even more money. The first year that he retired from the sport, he brought in $75 million. David has 4 children: Brooklyn, Harper, Cruz, and Romeo. The sky is the limit for these kids. Their parents spent over $60,000 for a room just for their underwear in one of their houses. So you know the kids can have anything they want as well. Though they were born with uber-rich parents, it doesn't mean they get an easy ride through life. The oldest, Brooklyn, is currently attending the prestigious Parsons School of Design in New York City. The Beckham kids aren't the only soccer star children living it up. According to Forbes, Cristiano Ronaldo was the highest paid athlete of 2017. He made over $90 million last year. He has 4 kids who he calls the loves of his life. Do you think he spares any expense when it comes to the apples of his eye? Definitely not. Being his kid would pretty much be like being born into royalty. Lebron James was the second highest paid athlete of 2017, with his earnings coming in at $86.2 million. The basketball player has 3 kids that he spoils all the time. For his son Bryce's 10th birthday party, he created a full mini sports complex on his property. The kids could play basketball, soccer, and football on their own private courts and fields. Can you imagine how much that probably cost to have made? It isn't just the big sports that bring in a lot of money. Roger Federer, the Swiss professional tennis player, who is currently ranked number 2 in the world, also made Forbes' highest earning athletes list. He brought in $64 million. The tennis player has 4 young kids who are already living like kings and queens. Once these kids grow up, they will be able to do and be whatever they want. Just look at EJ Johnson. He is the son of former basketball player Magic Johnson. EJ's dad's wealth earned him a spot on the popular television show Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. His life was so lavish and entertaining that he also was given his own spinoff show, EJNYC. EJ is currently estimated to be worth $2 million on his own. So not only was he able to use his father's wealth to get on TV, but he used it to make his own fortune as well. He also has a fashion sense that would make anyone jealous. The boy can certainly dress. He was known on RKOBH for his fashion sense, and almost everything he wears is designer. Another rich kid who is able to use their parents' wealth to make their own is Patrick Schwarzenegger. You might know his dad, Arnold, from a little movie called The Terminator. But before that, he was a 7-time Mr. Olympia winner and a 4-time Mr. Universe winner. Patrick used his father's money to buy a few pizza restaurants and even founded his own clothing line. He has also branched into the world of acting and been in films such as Stuck in Love and Grown Ups 2. In his spare time, Patrick commonly sits courtside at Lakers games, which you know costs a lot of money to do. His Instagram feed showcases some of his insane travels, like his trips to Antelope Canyon and Glen Canyon. Patrick isn't the only rich kid that loves to show off his adventures on Instagram. Basketball player Shaquille O'Neal's son, Miles, has got an Instagram account that would make celebrities jealous. He has tens of thousands of followers and doesn't follow that many back in return. Why do so many people want to follow this kid? Well, just take a look at his feed. Not only is his fashion sense impeccable, but he was also featured in Vogue. Of course, his Instagram also features expensive trips to places like Italy and Canada. He even has a picture of him popping a bottle of champagne with a solid gold champagne opener. Who has those just lying around the house? Because of things like this, a lot of kids of athletes have actually become famous on IG. Lots of people work really hard to become big on the picture-sharing app. They hone their talents to ensure that they are always producing content that their followers want to see. But the rich kids of athletes don't have to do much of anything to gain crazy Instagram followings. Just by being born, they are pretty much granted internet stardom. Take Brooklyn Beckham, for instance. At just 16, he had over 5 million followers, which is insane considering that he had less than 400 photos on his account at the time. Some of the other children of athletes don't even need to use their famous names to gain followers. Their pretty faces do that for them. Jose Canseco's daughter Josie is definitely an example of this. She's absolutely gorgeous, which is probably why she is signed to Next Models. She's always traveling to gorgeous places and taking pictures that make us wish we were on vacation. Speaking of fancy vacations, jet setting is one thing that the rich kids of athletes love to do. Traveling far and wide is just another Monday for these youngsters. Some of them use these trips to become travel bloggers. That's what Paulina Gretzky, daughter of famed hockey player Wayne Gretzky, did. While she has her own personal account with over 600,000 followers, she also made a travel account called Sunkissed Traveler. The account has over 22,000 followers and showcases image after image of Paulina stepping onto private jets. From the looks of her account, her passport must be completely worn out. Paulina doesn't just like to travel, she also loves to shop. In her feed, you can find Louis Vuitton clutches, Dior sunglasses, and Chanel handbags. Even her casual outfits cost more than some people's whole wardrobes. One of her jean jackets comes from the brand Girlfriend Denim, where the jackets start at $200, but even Paulina's fame and crazy lifestyle can't live up to possibly the two most famous daughters of an athlete in the world. Do you know who we're talking about? Kendall and Kylie Jenner, of course. They have become such huge stars that sometimes we forget that they started out as just being the daughters of Olympian Bruce Jenner. Their wealth, notoriety, and mother's genius helped them skyrocket to fame. If you've ever watched an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, then you know exactly what we're talking about. Kylie and Kendall are always wearing the latest fashions and jewelry. Kendall jet sets around the world to shoot fashion campaigns, and Kylie started her own lip empire. We guess a lot of opportunities pop up for you when your dad has won a gold medal. But even all the fame and bags and private jets can't make up for quality time. Being the child of an athlete comes at a price. Athletes may only play during their sports season, but they train year-round. That means if your father or mother is a serious athlete, they probably won't be around for some pretty important events in your life. So the kids of athletes kind of have to get used to not seeing their parent. If the parent is a football star like Tom Brady of the New England Patriots, then you can bet that he isn't around for even the major holidays. Tom has been in 7 Super Bowls with the Patriots, and they got there from working hard, which means that Tom can't just call in and say that he can't come to practice because one of his kids is having a birthday party. There are always games on both Christmas and Thanksgiving, so the kids of football players have to either celebrate the holiday early or just celebrate without their parent. When you think about it, it is kind of sad. What good is all the money and the gifts if you never get to see the person who is making all of that possible? This may be why some of these kids strive so hard to follow in their parents' footsteps. Maybe they want to become just like them so they can get the approval from their parent that they have always been searching for. Sharif O'Neil is already trying to fill his father's huge shoes. At 6'8", Sharif dominates on the basketball court and has committed to going to college at the University of Arizona and playing for their basketball team. Griffey Jr. seriously followed in his father's footsteps by becoming one of the greatest baseball players of all time. He actually even ended up playing on the same team, the Mariners, as his dad, Ken Griffey, for a while. One of the most famous stories of athletes' kids following their parents' path to success is Peyton and Eli Manning. Their father, Archie Manning, played in the NFL for years. Both brothers made it to the NFL and ended up doing something that their father couldn't. They won Super Bowls. Peyton won 2 titles, and Eli won 2 Super Bowls with the New York Giants, which just goes to show that maybe being the kid of an athlete doesn't just give you connections, it may also gift you with talent as well. And being in an environment that promotes sports so heavily probably doesn't hurt your chances of going pro either. Athletes' kids are always around the training facilities, at games, and at all kinds of sporting events. Not only are they constantly around their parents' talent and success, but they get to meet other great athletes as well. Tiger Woods recently took his kids, Sam and Charlie, to see the stars of soccer club FC Barcelona. The kids got to meet Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez. Most people would go crazy over the chance to meet such famous athletes and pay big bucks to do so. So when it comes to the rich kids of athletes, life is definitely a roller coaster. They get to meet other stars pretty much from birth. They get lavish gifts that we can only dream of. Their lifestyles rival that of celebrities because these kids were born into money and success. They have never known life any other way. They fly wherever they want, whenever they want. They can also use their parents' success as a way to jumpstart their own sports careers or even become social media influencers on Instagram. Basically, what we are saying is that these kids are set for life. They don't have any needs that aren't met and probably don't have any wishes that can't be fulfilled by their rich parents. We can't wait to see where some of these kids take their careers and their lives. Will they surpass the fame of their parents? Will they become better athletes or bigger stars? Only time will tell, and we will be watching. That's it for Inside the Lives of the Rich Kids of Athletes. Were you surprised by any of the things in this video? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.